Hello, welcome to my place. I want to take you to the Old Testament right now, and I want to take you to the story of Jonah 2:7. But just one verse we're going to read right now. And it says, "While I was fainting away, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer came to you into your holy temple." How much have you thought about the story of Jonah? It's a fantastic story that in a lot of ways is unbelievable. Jonah is told by God to go where he doesn't want to go. So Jonah runs away to get away from God, but it is obvious in the story when a storm comes up on the boat that Jonah is in that he can't run from God. So what do? They throw Jonah over the side of the boat. The storm subsides and Jonah is swallowed by a big fish or a whale, depending on which translation you use. And while Jonah was inside the whale, he starts calling out to God. And in the midst of the prayer, he says these words: "When I was fainting away, I remembered the Lord." Basically, he said, when I had nowhere else to turn, when I was scared because of all that was happening to me, when my soul fainted, I remembered the Lord and I prayed. Jonah 2:10 then says, "Then the Lord commanded the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto the dry land." The part that gets me is that Jonah said, "When I had nowhere else to turn." Have you ever noticed how people will go through all sorts of turmoil or trials, and it isn't until they hit rock bottom that they remember the Lord? We should automatically run to the Lord first. He wants to rescue you. He wants to be the one you turn to in times of trouble. Let's take a look at David in Psalm chapter 18 and verses 16 and 17. No, verses 6 and 7. "In my distress I called upon the Lord and cried to my God for help. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry for help came before him into his ears. Then the earth shook and quaked, and the foundations of the mountains were trembling and were shaken, because he was angry. When I called on him in my distress, he heard me and became angry. The Lord became angry when he heard David's cry, angry towards the stuff that was going on." What father will not get angry when his children are distressed and scared? Remember the Lord. Turn to him and call out to him. Let him deal with those who come against you. God bless you richly. We'll see you next time.